Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. It is so great to have you guys on this wonderful Monday morning. So this is about my third take of this video because it's really hard for me not to cry during it, but I wanted to let you guys know why I'm doing a video on this. And if you didn't understand, the video title is a tribute to my baby girl Opie, who passed away a year ago on this day. So this is the anniversary of her death. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you the story all about Opie, how we got Relic, and how we got Nyx. So let's get to it. Okay, so it started out with John and I wanting, or me, I should say I wanted lizards. And he was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to make you happy. We can get lizards, that's cool. So we originally were just gonna go get anoles. And if you don't know what anoles are, they're the little tiny lizards that are sometimes used for feeder lizards for other lizards and other animals. We were gonna get those because they were cheaper. You know, it was just like a pet to have and something to love on for a little while. We were deciding to get that, and so I told my coworker that I was working with at the time when she was driving me home from work, and she's like, oh, so you're trying to get lizards? Well, let me sell you on mine. And so she told me about these two bearded dragons that were half sisters living up at her parents' house, and she just couldn't take care of them much anymore. Her parents couldn't take care of them much anymore, so she was trying to give them to me for just $100. She gave me everything: the tank, the equipment, the feeder box things, all of that for just $100, along with the lizards. And that is a steal. I couldn't say no to that. So I said yes. I had to wait a month. I had to wait a month for my babies to come to me, and I kid you not, she sent me photos of them, and I looked at those photos every day. Like sometimes twice, 3, 4 times all day. Every day. I wanted them so bad. When I saw those babies in those pictures, I fell in love. Like, I knew that those babies were gonna be mine. I knew that I was gonna love them. I knew they were gonna have a perfect life with me. So it came the day when my babies arrived. It came the day when my babies arrived. And I tell you, I sped home from work because I was waiting to get off work. I got home and she's like, I'm like 15 minutes away. And I was so excited. And so they finally came. When they came in though, they were super stressed from the car ride. So I picked them up, and literally this picture is the picture of the first time I ever picked them up, and it's my YouTube channel photo. And I loved them so much. I felt so much love and completeness when I held them that day. And I just heard little tiny itty bitty popping noises and just little happy sounds, and they licked my neck, and they were just so cuddly and cute. So then the adventure started. I ended up getting leashes because Belly was so active all the time and Opie was so active. And so when I figured out that once I took them out, their personalities lit up. They were all about adventuring. They were all about going outside. They were all about going everywhere, and they just wanted love all the time. We took them to the beach. The first time they ever went to the beach, they were so happy. They were so excited, and they were all about it. And they stood right beside us. Opie especially sat right beside us. You could tell that she trusted us so much. And she was just so loving. Everything about her was so perfect and so loving. She was just all about the cuddles all the time. She wanted to just be loved all the time. And when we first got them, the first couple weeks, John wasn't really about them. It took him a little while to warm up to them, but when he did, there was just so much love. Like, there was 2 of us, there was 2 of them. We gave them all the love, and we literally just became a family. We became a little family. Those were our babies. We were the parents, and we just loved them, and they loved us, and it was just perfect. It was a perfect relationship. We did everything. I took so many photos. I did photo shoots with them. I took videos of them, and I was that crazy parent that was taking pictures and videos and putting them all up on Facebook. And I didn't have a YouTube channel at the time, so I didn't really have anywhere to put them. And so I had reptiles before, so it's not like I didn't know anything about them, but I did not know at the time the dangers of mealworms. So I had fed them those like once a week or so, like a whole tub of them just like this, and I would feed it to them just like this, and I had no idea that that wasn't what you were supposed to do. Like in this cup that you're looking at, there's just so much nastiness, like the shed from them, the feces from them, probably parasites within just that cup. Getting to the hard part of when she started to show signs of illness. We did not know that she was ill until that Friday. And so exotic animal vets aren't open on the weekends. So we had to take her to a regular vet which is an emergency ER, and they take all animals apparently, but they did the best they could. They're not versed in exotic animals. Not all of them are, and more times than not you're gonna have the experience where they're just not gonna know. So we brought her there, and they said that she was probably impacted, so they gave us a laxative and they gave us some supplements. She didn't really eat the supplements very well. She wasn't really about eating, so we tried our best. We kept keeping her hydrated, we kept giving her warm baths, and none of that helped push anything out because she was super bloated. So we gave her those supplements, they didn't work. We gave her the laxative, that didn't work. So we basically were like, all right, we're gonna get her to the vet on Monday. So we literally just had to make her comfortable. And here comes the hard part that I can't say without crying, and I don't feel like crying right now. So I'm gonna let the other me tell you how the story went, and I will see you after the video. I put her in the tank, and I remember telling her, I love you so much, and everything is gonna be okay, and I will be right back. I'm gonna check on you in a little bit. I put her in there, and she was in there with Belly, and she was under the heating rock. I remember putting her right there, making her so comfortable, putting a little soft thing for her to be laying on. And I come back not even 15 minutes later, and the room felt so cold. It felt so cold. I just saw only her little legs and her backside and tail just hanging off the rock. I just knew in that moment that she wasn't with us anymore. Poor Belly, she was in there and she saw the whole thing. And she was black-bearded and she was so upset. Belly was just staring at me looking so upset. And I just knew. And I ran to go get my baby girl. She felt so limp. I just remember calling for John. He ran in there. And we immediately tried to give her CPR. I tried to blow in her mouth, tried to get everything out, and the only thing that came out was liquid. It was all liquid, and her tongue was sticking out. I literally can never get that image out of my head. So we wrapped her up in a towel. I kept giving her CPR. We called the ER, and they were literally 25 minutes away. We were speeding down the highway. We even hit a curb. We were speeding. There was traffic. We hit traffic. We ended up taking my car and hit the curb and started driving on the curb. I just remember bawling and sobbing, and he said, I just need you to run. And so I ran with my baby just flopping around, and I was crying, and they were like, what's wrong? And I just could not make words. It was so hard. I was like, he took him back there really quick. He ran. They sat us in a room, but he told me my baby was gone. He asked us if I wanted an autopsy, and I said no. They told me it was one reason why she passed away. It was called an obstruction, so it could have been two things. It was a buildup of worms in her stomach that gave her that bloated look, which is what I think it was. Or two, it was from the shell of a bug literally going, or something hard that she couldn't digest, splitting her insides, and that's what the liquid was, and it caused an obstruction. She literally kind of exploded internally is what happened. So after we got out of the ER, they put her in a shoebox for us and wrapped her up. I remember John asking me where we would like to bury her, and I said that she always loved the beach. We buried her over at the beach, and we still go to visit her every so often. Background change again! So, one thing I forgot to mention is that after all of this happened and Opie did pass away, Belly was devastated. She was super clingy. She didn't want to eat. She didn't want to do anything. She wouldn't sit in the tank. She like kept scratching on the glass. She was glass surfing a lot. She was blackbearding a lot. She was just not a happy noodle. So we just kept her real close, and eventually that's when we went to go see Nyx. We weren't exactly planning to get them together at first, which I do explain in my cohabitation videos, the story why I do cohabitate. I do explain all about Nyx and that and how they met and all of that. Alright you guys, so that is all I have for you. I really hope you enjoyed the story of my baby girl. I hope you're thinking of her on this day. And honestly, sometimes guys, this stuff just happens, but you live and you learn. And this is honestly the reason why I even have a YouTube channel and why I am giving this information for people that might need it. They are such fickle creatures. They are such beautiful creatures. But all seriously, seriousness aside, from my family to yours, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week and that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.